I am going to do a furniture build today, and I'm using what I have. I'm not going to use it, go buy anything for this project. Okay, so I have cut down my MDF piece into the size that I want it. I am going to be making an oval tabletop for my coffee table. I have no idea if this is enough wood for what I want to do, but that's okay because I have more like 2x4s and stuff that are the same width that I can use. So let me show you how I'm going to cut a perfect oval. All right, so that was pretty cool, huh? Let me show you what I did to make my oval. I found the center, so I wanted my oval to be 44-ish inches. Mommy. So I marked that, and then I marked how wide. This board is 23 inches wide, so I just used that. And then I found the center between my two. Okay. So then from your center, you will measure how long it is halfway, right? So halfway between 44 is 22 inches. So here comes the tricky part. Next, what I did was I measured from the very edge here. I put that right on as much as I could, and I found my 22 inches, and I dragged it up to the hole, and then that's where I made a mark. And I did that on both sides. So, and then I drove nails in, as you saw, at this point, and at this point, and at this point right here, as close to the edge as I could get it. Wrapped a string around, and then, okay, so you put your nails in and then you tie your string. Now, how accurate your oval is going to be to length and width will depend on your string. So if your string is extra stretchy, that'll fix it. If you tie it too loose or if you tie it too tight, that'll affect it. So it's going to be a little bit hard to get it exactly perfect. But I actually went and restrung it because I think I want to get it closer to my edges. Okay, so once you've got your string, your nails in and your string strung, that's when you take this nail out, take your pencil, and follow your line. I already did it, but I'm going to do it again. And don't let your string get away from you. Okay, so as you can see, my edge is not exactly perfect, so I'm just going in with a really heavy sandpaper on my sander, and I'm just going to even it out as much as I can all the way around. And then I'm going to round off the edges just slightly, and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. All right, so there's my tabletop. I am now going to turn this into a faux marble tabletop. Okay, so I am getting ready to build my base. I went ahead and cut a couple more 2x4s because I'm pretty sure this wasn't going to be enough. So I really have I'm not going off of any plans. I'm just kind of winging it, but I think it's going to turn out okay. Okay, so this took me a minute to figure out the angles. This is just dry fitted, and then I'm going to have two more coming the other this way. But I think it's gonna be cute. I've never worked with angles before. This is a new thing, so I will let you know as soon as I figure it out what all the details are. All right, so between putting all my kids to bed and taking care of a newborn, I have kind of been distracted a little bit, but I did finally get these attached. I just did pocket holes in the top where you're not going to see, and the very bottom where you're not going to see. So, and all of these angles are 10 degrees. So this is 10 degrees, 10 degrees, 10 degrees here, 10 degrees there. So all these are 10 degrees angles to get everything lined up and straight. You guys, I am excited about this table. So I still have to stain the legs, and I'm going to do the epoxy. It's going to make it look more marbly because it'll be shiny and not textury. But yeah, we've pretty much got this done. I am super excited about it. Look how cute. All right, we're back to working on this bad boy. I don't know if you can tell, but because I used the 2x lumber, which is, I think it's made out of cedar, it's got kind of this reddish hue. If it were pine, it would be a really pretty, and I could keep it a natural color, but because it's a little bit red, I'm going to be staining it to hopefully take some of that red out. By the way, here's a better look at the tabletop, the marble. You can see how it's super texturized, and that's because of the paint, but when I do the epoxy on it, it will take all of that out, and it'll be really shiny, and it'll make it look more like natural stone. It looks so good at the top. So if I were to do this differently, I would probably angle this just slightly more. So I'd probably do 15 degrees on all my cuts instead of 10. The other thing I would do is I would raise this up probably another 1/2 inch. This is 1 inch off. I would probably do 1.5 inches just because I think it would make it look a little bit leggier and sophisticated. And then the last thing that I would do is probably change the stain. I really like what it looked like as a natural color, just closer to natural wood. That wood I used had red, and if I could use like pine, then I could get a pretty natural color.